Hey guys, Doug the Michigan Piper coming to you from the pipe press today, and I am smoking some Highgate, believe it or not, in my bent crescent. I got the Highgate as a sample from Adam from A Piper Wondering, and it's not too bad. Just started it, so I believe it's a Virginia Perique, which I don't think I've ever had a Virginia Perique. Which it also came in a coin, which I don't usually do coins or flakes, but this one I thought would be worth it just because, it's something new, and Adam speaks pretty highly of it. So first couple puffs is not too bad. So I will tell you guys, I am absolutely exhausted, but I did want to get on and talk about some of basically the last 2 weekends I've had. It went through 3 brick and mortars in the last 2 weekends, and it's been fun. It's been a fun experience. My last video, I talked to you about oh man, I forgot the name of it already. I'll put it right here. I think it's Mason Edwards, I think. Anyway, it says right there. It had a blast there. Great little shop, cute little shop. Great place to go in and use just what like Adam has it for, which is basically when you feel like going and having a pipe someplace and not being too fancy about it, but just, enjoying the atmosphere. Great place for it. If you don't know more about that, check my last video out. But then this past weekend, I went to Chicago. We rode the train into Chicago, and I didn't realize it was so cheap to do. It was like $15. We go to the South Bend Airport, and then you just ride the train right into Chicago, all right downtown, right crossing the Bean, basically. And Ewan Reese's just a couple blocks from there. And I gotta say, I was a little underwhelmed. And I don't mean that derogatory to Ewan Reese, but I mean their smoking lounges were phenomenal. They were huge. I was actually kind of irritated with myself because you can actually bring your own alcohol in. They don't serve, but you can bring your own alcohol in. And I was gonna bring some bourbon, but I was like, oh, I don't want to drink bourbon out of a little shooter, and I don't want to buy a whole bottle and then not be able to drink it. So then I got there and found out they had glasses and ice and everything else. So I was kind of kicking myself for that one. But the shop itself it's not as big as I thought it would be. But it's not bad. They do have a pretty good amount of stuff there. I took some pictures I'll throw in here. Nice guys, super nice guys there. The one guy was kind of hawking over me a little bit. But I picked up one of their house blends. I think it's called like an MV1000 or something like that. Basically, it's like a Lane 1Q, which I don't like because it's so light. So, but I picked that up, and I picked up a tin of Capstan Blue because Adam got me onto that one, and I really like that. And I didn't want to just go use their lounge. I wanted to be able to, support their store a little bit. So, didn't see any pipes I really cared for, or that I'd want to buy, which is getting harder and harder for me to buy pipes, guys, because I'm so stocked now. I've got, which some of you guys will laugh, but I've got about 20 pipes, and to me that's a lot. And I've pretty much got everything that I want. There's one shape, and I don't know the name of it yet, but it's really close to what Sam got me with that spigot, like a bent brandy that I want to get yet. But I don't know which kind. I don't know if I want to do a spigot or what I want, military, whatever, I'm not sure yet. So, but other than that, I'm setting really well on pipe. So getting a pipe there wasn't really a priority. But I did get to sit in their lounge and enjoyed that for a little while. But then they had a bunch of people coming in. I was the only pipe smoker in the joint, and they got more and more guys that were coming in. They were having some kind of bachelor party or something, and next thing you know, there was, you know, a dozen or more people there, and everybody smoking cigars. And I'm not a cigar guy. Nothing against you guys' yard. It's not a preference of mine. So I left. I asked them what the rules were for smoking outside, and they said as long as you're not stopping in front of the business's door, you can smoke outside. So I actually enjoyed my pipe more out walking around, just because I was walking around. You know, I hate the city, but visiting, you know, Chicago and whatnot is enjoyable, depending on when you're there. But so it was kind of nice just walking around. You know, I'm a huge Chicago Bears fan. But the funny part was I never got to the stadium or anything there. But yes, I did say that out loud, that I'm a huge Chicago Bears fan. So it was good. It was nice. It was really nice. And then Sunday, I met up with my brother-in-law and my nephew. And this one I knew was a cigar bar. My brother-in-law does both cigars and pipes. He had a pipe while we were there. I did too. And then my nephew had a cigar. And this place was awesome. It's called Jackson's, and it's in Mishawaka, Indiana, which is about half hour from me, a little bit more. And it was a great place. It was, and there was nothing to it. It kind of had that Mason Edwards feel to it, which was, it wasn't a huge place, but it was comfortable. And the lady behind the bar was great. They had, you know, they didn't have a ton of cigars there, a couple of racks, but then they had all kinds of bourbons and stuff up at the bar, and you could order your drinks. I never had a old fashioned before, so I tried that, which I'm glad I tried it, but I won't have another one because it's too, for a bourbon, to me, it was too foo-foo. Had a couple drinks there, just relaxed. Love spending time with those guys anyway, so that was fun. So that was my third tobacco shop or brick and mortar in 2 weekends. I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, if you ever get around Mishawaka, that was a great stop. Plenty of seating, nice lounge, nice bar. So, but yeah, and today is November 15th. At least it was when I recorded this. And this is the first day out hunting. I don't have a solid hunting property. I'm a very, very big hunter, guys, especially bow hunting. And over the past few years, I've not had a solid place to hunt. Been kind of jumping around. I've always been blessed enough to have a place. God's always looked out for me there. You know, I went years and years and years of having the same place to hunt. That's how I am. Sort of like my pipe smoke. It's like this is my place. I go there every time. I get a deer or two, you know, and life is good, or three. Because that's all we eat is venison. 90% of the meat in our freezer is venison. But yeah, so I got a raffle for this place this year, and it's kind of a little, basically it's a county park. It's just nothing but trails to the woods. But problem is there's so many trails in there that just go back and forth that there's no place for the deer to bed down, so there's not a whole lot of deer in there. So I got it last year, didn't get anything, didn't even see anything the entire season last year. I got the raffle again this year, and I trying a different spot, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I just been out shaking in the cold all day long, and I am wore out. So figured I'd come down and have a pipe tonight and just kind of relax. And you know, not that hunting is hard work by any means, but hopefully the rest of the season goes better than today did. So I think they're calling for 10 to 20 mile an hour winds and 1 to 3 inches of snow per day or more for the next like 3 or 4 days. So we'll see. But guys, just want to touch base with you, especially after checking those brick and mortars out. Wanted to give you the update there. And yeah, that's about all I got for today. So guys, I hope you're all doing well. And until next time, you take care.